long pull round. There it is. Happy days. We're just getting straight on with it. Right then guys, welcome to another episode of Hooked. My name's John Murray and I'm an angling addict, and today I'm back on the banks of the Aire Calder Canal and we're down on the Rawcliffe Narrows. So I'll give you a quick look of the canal. So you can just about see, well, I think it's a footbridge or an old rail bridge that's up there. I'm not entirely sure, to be quite honest. We're in a Bandits match. I've got John Willoughby down to my right today. Right, it's the usual plan of attack for the Aire Calder. We've got a feeder line, a 13 metre pole line, and I've got a line just down the inside to fish for perch and anything else that might actually live down by the tins. So rigs wise, I've got a 1 gram AS8 float set up, a 2 gram colmic keel, that's a flat float just in case the toe starts pulling through and I need to haul back a little bit harder. And then down the inside I've got 0.6 gram AS8 again, that's just shotted with a little bulk of shots and then a couple of droppers below that. So on the bait tray I've got the usual baits, live and dead pinkies, live and dead reds, some hemp seed, ground bait both for the feeder and for balling in, and then we've got some worms that we need to chop up for the inside line fishing for the perch. I've got a few tears to try, and I'll try them because all I'm going to do after I've put 4 balls of ground bait on the 13 metre line is basically feed maggot and hemp over the top, and then possibly we might try a tear on the hook at some point if we're getting into roach. But I'm just going to fish for pretty much anything that swims today. There's no casters involved. I had to get set up and ready the day before, and that's actually time for us to observe a minute's silence. Right, that's the second whistle, guys. Just observed a minute's silence in respect of the Queen. Yeah, I better get started. So I've made 4 balls up. They've just got maggot, pinky and hemp in them. Dead. Not put any lives in. Ship these out to 13 metres. Right, so I'm just going to get out on the feeder. I'm going to put 4 loads in and then start fishing it. All I'm putting through at the minute is dead red maggot. Got a 30 gram feeder on. It's an inline rig today. Got a couple of float stops on there so I can adjust the length of how much free play I give the fish. I've used lots of these rigs in the past. I've done a lot of matches on the Aire Calder. If you haven't seen any of those, I'll put a link to them up above my head somewhere now, and yeah, go and check them out after this one. I don't know if I mentioned it at the start, but this is the 7th round of the Bandits 2022 season. 3 more to go after this one. That's 4 loads in, so I'm going to get a couple of maggots on the hook now and go straight out on this feeder. Just give that pole line a little bit of time to settle. I'm not putting a chop in on the inside just yet. I'll probably leave that and have a look at it shortly. Oh, that's a proper bite. I was just about to chop some worms there. Look down and the tip's wrapped round. You guys probably saw that before I reacted to it. That's what you want. The kind of start you want is that. skimmer as well. So nice start. Beautiful. That's exactly the start I was looking for. Nice little fish to start off with. So I think I'll hold off on the worms for now. We may get a day where we're actually going to catch some bream. That's a tiny little tremor. There's lots of fish topping all over. Oh, pole line looks absolutely solid with them. And again, come on then, are you going to have it? Not sure what this is. Yeah, well that bite hasn't come to anything, so, or has it? It might be on. No. So I think what I'm going to do is try a little piece of worm on here. Just see if they want it before we actually introduce any. So I'm still just maggot in the feeder, going out with the worm head. Okay, well worm hasn't produced a bite there, so possibly don't want it. I'll try one more chuck with the dead reds on, see if we can grab another bream. If we get one, we'll stick on the feeder. If I don't get one in the next 5 minutes or so, then I'm going to get straight on the pole. It'll have had sort of half an hour almost to settle by that point. And that is a bite. I was just messing about there, moving the pole out of the way on the landing net because I saw a dog walker coming down, but I think he's thought better of coming any further. After the incident I had on the new Junction Canal. Dog walkers aren't in favour with me at the minute. Right, well the tip seems too slow. No more real bites forthcoming there, so we grabbed an early bonus skimmer it would seem. And now nothing. So I am going to get on the pole. So canal's behaving itself at the moment. I'm just going to go out, single maggot, see if anything's over the ground bait. And I'm using the 1 gram AS8 rig. Able to fish off the top 4 today. I've got a couple of foot spare, so I've probably got around about 10 foot of depth. There's a bit of wind on, but it's right over my back. Nice roach. Well, only a small one, but it's a start. It seems really quiet on the long pole, considering the amount of fish that are topping. I'm not able to catch. Bites seem a bit tentative. Certainly something's having a go at the maggots, but they're not biting properly. So I think they're only small roach and Not that willing to feed at the moment. That's a bait I'm thinking though. Another tiniest of roach. Oh, there we go. Feels like something a little bit better. What have we hooked here? Perch. Never a good sign. So that was a perch on single pinky. I think what I'm going to do here is feed this chop worm line down the inside. I'll go and have another quick look on this pole line. I'm contemplating loose feeding over the top, but I don't know whether there's that many fish up in the water already that all we do is just keep them up there. The choppy line fed. See if there's anything else sat over this long ground bait line. Single pinky on the hook. Oh, that's a decent bite. Yeah. Small fish again. But I'll take them. Little roach, as long as they're going to bite. That's another roach, but the stamp of them is just minute. That's a better fish. Could be another perch, this. Yeah. So, not exactly massive, but yeah, they're bigger than the roach. Right, well the long pole line really is slow. I've been feeding a few maggots over the top, but I'm not entirely convinced it's doing a great deal right now. Just going to have a look on this choppy line. So let's have a drop in. That is a fish. Nice little perch on the chop. decided to have another sling on the feeder. Tip's flown round. Might just be better off fishing for bream here. Where are you? Yeah, nice skimmer. Them's what we want. Not those scratty little roach. So I've just been feeding maggot and hemp on the long line. It's difficult for me to do it accurately because, well, I've got the wind blasting over my back. I'm literally on the only section of canal whereby the wind is, and that was another bite there, the wind is exposed really. Everybody else seems to be a bit more sheltered, so I've got a good blow on over that far bank, and it might just be giving these bream just the sort of confidence they need. That was definitely another rattle on the tip. Could do with another super positive bite like the last one and the first one that we had this morning. And get a few going, and I fancy it on the tip. I might just bring that back. That fish is on. So even that little rattle, it must have pricked itself. That's the beauty of having the second rubber stop. Acts almost like a boat rig. It's only a smaller one, this. But still, hopefully, another skimmer. Yeah, and it is. So we're away now. That's another very slight pull there. So I definitely feel like we've got a few fish in the swim. Somebody's balling it. I don't know if that's Rob. I think that's desperation re-balling. So chewed maggot on that cast. So I definitely think these are skimmers out there. I'm going to try a single red and double pink here. JW's just thrown out one on the feeder. He's gone right across to the tins on the far bank. I'll keep my eye on him and see if he gets anything out. This tip line's just gone quiet again. No bite. I'll go back on the double dead red. I might actually give it one sling with the worm. If that don't work out, I'm going to go back and have a look on the long pole again. Yeah, actually the big red maggot was chewed on the end again. Let's try a couple of live ones. So we're back in business, and that's a bite straight away. I'm going to hit that. Ooh, just missed that. There's another bite. We're in. We are in. That's another skimmer. Not massive, but they're weight builders. Just keeping some bait going in on both of the pole lines, just reds and hemp out on the long one, and just a few reds on the inside, just in case I need to drop in, grab a perch or two. At the minute I'm just going to focus on this tip line. Oh, that was a better pull, but it stopped. Is that on? It's got to be on. It is on. Lovely. Decent fish. Decent fish. Yeah, it's a nice size one, that. Another pound or so. And that is another bite. It's a drop back. Pulled round, dropped back. Was feeding the other swims there. Missed that one. So definitely got a few in now. That's another rattle. Come on. Not quite. That's it. Have we got it? Yeah, we got it. Tiniest of bites there. He was just messing around. Smallish skimmer. But I think it's a skimmer. Let's have a look. Nice a roach. That's white. More movements on the tip. Go on, go round. Let's hit that. That feels like a skimmer. Amazing how these fish have just turned up on the groundbait and maggot. Oh, it's a nice fish as well. Oh no! He's done me. Can't believe I've just lost that fish at the net. I just needed to get like another foot of line gathered to net him nicely, and he was up and down in the water, and I was just trying to scoop him, and he's flicked off. Unbelievable. Never mind, let's get back out there, try and get another. At least we didn't lose it out in the swim. Well, no bite on that chuck. I do hope losing that skimmer wasn't the kiss of death. It shouldn't have been, but you just never know. There's still fish there. Tip's going round and we're in. Lovely. Let's try and net this one. There he is. They're not big, these fish, but they're little weight builders. Let's bring him across this time. We've got him. Ooh, lively. Another one, a few ounces. They're definitely having a chew now. Right guys, remember, if you enjoy the videos, give them a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss an episode every time I upload one. Let's get some more skimmers out. It's gone round. It's just watching with the Polaroids, I can see fish right up against the tins. Small fish, must be all the stuff that's topping, could be bleak. This fish was swimming at me. Yeah, lively little things, these. Well, that's another one safely in. That's another bite developing. Just a tiny flick. Yeah, there's definitely something there. Ah, we missed that. Maybe I was just a bit too eager on that one. Oh, I got it. It was a roach. So the odd roach mixed in amongst them. I really don't know if anybody's doing much. I've seen John have a couple of fish, half decent ones, but not recently. It looks really quiet. I know I'm concentrating on the tip, but I'm just not seeing people putting nets out. Or I can't really keep my eye on Rob at all. I think he might be on the whip down there. I don't even know who's beyond him. Might be Ian. A couple more of those nice big skimmers and we're looking good, I think. There again, you just don't know what's being out on the end pegs. Downstream end peg. Pete's down there, Stuart's down there. Will's above me. So, plenty of talent in this club. Well, no bite that time. So, have they deserted us, or is it just a case of throw it out again? There's definitely fish still there. might just give it a rest for 15-20 minutes or so, see if any bigger ones move in. Nah, it's gone round, we're in. I might not give it a rest. Gotta keep taking these out. Probably if I go 2 casts without getting a bite in succession, then I will give it a rest and have a look on the pole lines, but while I'm catching these, I just need to make hay while the sun's shining. And up you come, mister. Don't you be darting around like that other one. Oh my god. He was all over the place. Got him safely though, thankfully. A little bit chunkier fish, that one. I think that's a hybrid. That's why he was darting around. Tiny little hybrid. So I've now just seen that down at my feet there's loads of perch up shallow. Quite interesting really. And I think this is the second chuck I've had in succession and the tip's not moved this time. So I might just have a look on my perch line. Then go out long on the pole. We'll just give this a rest. It may be that some better fish have moved on this line. It may be that they've just gone completely. The wind has changed direction and it's now blowing from my left to my right, whereas it's been over my back all day. Couple more minutes. Yeah, well, it definitely seems to have gone quiet on the tip, so I'm going to give it a rest. Have a look on the pole lines, see if anything's waiting for us now. Well, it's really quite incredible. I've not had a bite on this inside line. I'm still trying, but I almost would have expected it to bury straight away with the perch down there. Been feeding maggot by hand for quite some time now, over where we put the chopped worm in earlier. It looks like John Willoughby's got one. What's he got? Net fish. Well, oh, yeah, well, he's definitely netted something there. Can't see what it was. That perch line's just hopeless, so we'll have a look out long. Been no call for the flat float today. Better to set it up and not need it though than not set it up and need it. It looks like John's on the feeder, so I wonder if my fish have moved down to him. Hopefully they'll be cagey enough for him as they were for me. But I'm going to go back on the feeder if this don't do much. It's gone under. We've got one, but it's, again, it feels like a tiny, tiny roach. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, well, he's in the net. I don't know why that's all you can catch out there. It's been very, very poor. So if that is all we're going to get, I think I'd rather sit on the tip. See if we can get another pound or two of skimmers. And there's another fish. So there are a few there. But just no quality. That's a slightly better one. Not much though. No, this ain't a bad fish actually. Nice roach this one. That's a nice, best one we've had on the pool. If I'd been getting them like that this morning, then I might have stuck with it. But at least we know we've got a few fish there. Oh, getting bite after bite here and missing them. That's another one. And actually, that's a little bit better as well. Not big, but they definitely add up. Rob's had a bag full of them, or Pete's had a bag full of them, or even Willie. It's going to be tough to call this match. I guess it depends if anybody's got any better quality stuff. Lift bite. So it's not exactly solid with quality fish out there. We've got an hour left to go. I'll maybe just give this another 5 minutes. If I don't get anything decent take, then I think I'm just going to sit back on the tip. It might be a mistake, I don't know, but can't see me putting much more than a pound of these together in the last hour, to be fair. I could easily do that with one fish on the tip. Oh, that was an absolute sail under bite. So there are a few there, and I think they're off the bottom. They're taking just as the rig's getting down towards the bottom and then dropping through the last foot or so. There we go, another one. So loose feeding maggot and hemp over the top has worked. It's brought them on more confidently. But yeah, the quality of them, it's just not there. continue fishing for these. I'll get back on the feeder. I think I know what the answer is. And that was a lift bite. The body of the float came out of the water and then it's took it anyway, sunk it under. Nice fishing. It'd just be nicer if they were bigger. I think I'll just give it another 5 minutes on this. Put a couple of pouches of bait on it. And then go back, have a look on the feeder, give it a couple of chucks. If we don't get an indication, then probably I will just sit back out on this line and fish the match out on it, just so we're putting some weight in the net. It's good fishing actually. They're having it. Another one. Right, time for a look back on the feeder. That just has to be the right call. There's a bite straight off. Come on. This fish could be on. Definitely still nudging this. Right, well that bite didn't come to any more, so I just decided to bring it back. Get back out. Bait might be marked up. And indeed it is. I'm just going to reduce the free offerings in the feeder now. Just put a few through, but not as many. Try and reduce the amount of choice they've got out there. That is a pull again. Come on, get round. They're just not quite biting right now. Nipping at the bait. And that is a bite. It's taken some time to come, and again it's still not at it properly. Don't know if it's going to happen, so this should probably be last chuck on the feeder unless I get a really positive bite. Oh, that is a good bite. Have we got it? Tell me I've got that. I don't think I have. Have I? No. I don't believe it. That absolutely mullered it. It's just tightening in. So, gotta stick with this. Again, another tiny pull there, but nothing you can really strike at. Well, this has certainly been a frustrating last half an hour. There's 15 minutes left in the match. I don't think it's worth going back on the pole, to be fair. I may get nothing on this tip, but if I don't stay on it, I've got no chance of getting that bream. So I say a bream, a pound skimmer, that's what I'm looking for really. I'm getting chewed maggots. That tiny nudge I had, it's chewed the maggot up. So these could just be roach now. I think the skimmers have gone. I had another little knock on the tip there, just the tiniest of nudges, and again came to nothing. So last 10 minutes on the pole, yeah, smash maggot again. I think they're roach. You never know, might just drop on a bream. Not a bream, but a roach. Maybe I should have just stuck with these for the last hour. Only the scales will tell. Well, even the roach fishing's slow on the pole, so last couple of minutes, one last chuck on the feeder. Right, well that's time guys, so no more fish other than that one roach in the last hour. It's been pretty hard, I think. Anyway, look, I'll get wrapped up and then we'll go and catch as much of the weigh-in as we can. Stay tuned. This is where hot fish have been then, is it? What's he weighed there?
£14.
How many you had out, Clive?
What?
How many you had?
96.
96 fish.
He's on fire, this lad. £14.5.
No, I didn't think I got that. Eh? Trying to make that amp work.
£14 and 14 fish.
Well,
Well, we're nowhere.
Yeah,
That confirms that.
Similar to what Stu's got, look into it. $3.15.
There's a copyright on that. I have to take it out.
Me Rob upside down. Yeah. Just pick them out one at a time. That's Rod, isn't it? Well, he only has one, so it don't really matter. At least this way you can see if there's all left, isn't it? Right, they're all about the same as Stuart, I think. No, I've been trying, mate, but you know, you've got that special Derbyshire.
Yeah, there.
£4.7.
Well, it's been hard work up here, Rob. Hard work.
Few holes in that net, John.
Ah, well, there's a story for you.
Oh. Well, they're not that big, though.
There's a story for you. No, I bought that new river net, new fish. It's lasted, how long did it last? A week.
Session. I thought you'd have got used to weighing in by now, John.
Block broke on it.
Did it?
No idea why.
John, I thought you'd have got used to weighing in by now.
7.2.
7-2. Cheers, Rob.
Big bream in there.
Yeah, bream. Bream. I'm breaming.
Helps if you turn it on.
You must have had 196 fish out. If you click that and you click, there's something wrong with your clicking.
£8.3.
Well done, Willie. You got a boat box when it moved?
Yeah,
Did it?
yeah.
Thought it
I
would.
just had 3 skimmers on inside the line, and that was it.
Who's got wayboard?
We need to get hook out of that one, Mark.
Who's got board?
I got everything else.
What you got? It's got a minute.
How many?
410.
Right, there you go, guys. That's the full weighing done. I didn't catch everybody on film because obviously I had to pack up and then get back down to them. But what I can tell you is I've come 5th overall. Pete's won it with £14.5. Coop was 2nd with £14. I think Rob's had £10 something. Willie's had £8 something, and I've had £7 So myself and Willie have got default sections. Yeah, unfortunately, the 4 guys that have come above me, well, maybe not Coop, but Willie, Rob and Pete are the ones that I really want to beat, and it just ain't happening at the moment. I don't know. I think I did the best I could from the area I was in, to be fair. There was just no quality roach in there. I don't know. I mean, when you look at the roach that Pete and Coop had up at the top end, they were night and day compared to what we had in front of us, those little 1 ounce things. They just weren't worth fishing for. So I think I was on skimmer pegs, middle of the zone. It's always hard work. Yeah, what can you do? Anyway, I'll put all the results up for you now. So there you have it. Did I make the right decision? Did I make the wrong decision? Let me know in the comments down below. Right guys, thanks for watching, and until the next one, tight lines.